Shalom, shalom, Mishpachah. This is Yared YAHU checking in. I know it's been a little while since I've had a live. I wanted to go live here at the slave castle. We decided to pull up right next to the slave castle. We'd been a little bit far away before. We decided this time to pull right up on it. So me and my son are here. We're getting ready to walk around the slave castle and talk to you guys. So they decided to delete or remove from YouTube my last video.
What video was it?
All movies encoded. They decided to delete it because of my conversation. It wasn't about the movies. It was actually about another topic that we know that we can't talk about on YouTube. The bioweapon, and you guys know what the bioweapon is. From here on out, I will refer to it as the bioweapon or as the terrorist activity. So when we refer to the terrorist activity, we'll just refer to it as the terrorist operation that has started in 2020. But we all know what it is that we're talking about. I believe that there are some key words that are going to tear me down, right? And so if I get another one, then I will get a strike on my channel. I think they said that they were gonna keep me from posting for a week, I think it was, 5 days. But here we are at the base of the slave castle. So I've never actually been in the slave castle. I've only been adjacent to it. This is about as close as I've ever been. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I've been at it and around it, but I ain't really never been inside or this closely up on it. As you can see, it's giant. We're here, you know, beachside, not beachside, but oceanside. There's the ocean out there. All this stuff would be more apparent in the daytime, but we're gonna walk right up to the castle here.
What do you think the inside of the castle would look like?
So the slaves were the ones that saw the inside of the castle. I guess it's really kind of a superstitious thing for me. I always feel like if I see it, that I'm going to experience it. Or if I am there, then I will be there. Or if it's something that I see that is a place to be stuck in, I feel like I'm gonna be stuck there. So I feel like if I go into the slave castle itself, then I will one day be a slave in it. Do you see what I'm saying? I guess it's a little bit superstitious, but that's why I haven't been, because I don't want to be in there as a captive, you know, since our ancestors were in there as captives. You see what I'm saying? This is a house of horrors right here. And we don't want to forget that there were two crimes that were perpetrated on the Hebrews at that time. And of course, the first one was according to the people that were already here. I guess we would say the Ghanaians that were already here. They were the ones that sold us originally. So that was the first crime. And then, of course, the second crime is the purchase and transportation, and then the genocide that followed. Do you see what I'm saying? So there was two crimes perpetrated. The first one is the one from the people that were here at first, the Ghanaian people, the Nigerian people, the African people that were here when we came here in the 1400s. They sold us to the Europeans. And so that was the first crime. And then the second, of course, is the genocide that the Europeans inflicted upon us once we were sold. So if you guys don't know, shalom, shalom, I see I got one family member on there. Oh, it just popped out. But somebody popped in. So this is the slave castle. We are up on it. This is the Elmina slave castle. There's another slave castle in Cape Coast. I guess it's about 10 or so miles down the road, 10, 15 miles down the road. Yeah, away from here. You know, straight to the east. I'm not sure. I think it's to the east. But here is the castle. It is huge. It's big. The walls. You remember we talked about castle walls being really high, city walls being really high. You see how high? And Paul got let down from the city walls of Damascus. It'd be like this. You don't want to really get let down in a basket off of the top of that, right? To get away from somebody. It's a dangerous thing, right? If something goes wrong, there you go all the way to the ground. But Paul had to escape in perilous situations from places like this. I don't think that it was from the ground that short as like this. I'm thinking Damascus was probably, the walls of Damascus were probably very high. So yeah, we are out here now just waiting on our fish to cook. But while we're waiting, we decided to go on live and to come here to the slave castle to see what's going on. Not to see what's going on, to give you guys a close-up view of the structure, the castle that's right here, oceanside. And then also we have the boats that are out here. These are fishing boats that are out here, kind of on the, there's a like a field out here, a sandy field. It looks like there's soccer posts. I guess people come out here and play soccer. But the fish market is just right around the corner. There's an ocean inlet that comes in, and there's a bridge over top of it. So to get over here, you cross the bridge, and then you come around the back. And here we are at a better view of the castle. So I've never been on this side, but this side is for sure a better view of the castle, because I've never seen it from this light. It's a lot bigger. It looks a lot bigger on this side than it does from the other side. So you guys can get a really nice view of it. I think the next thing we'll do is walk out to these trees here and take a look at this boat with the flag on it. People go out at night on their boats. Some people stay out on the water 2-3 weeks. On the water, they take their food with them and they go out on the water. Right. Right. 2, which is wild because that means there's a lot more going on out here, or in that out here in that text. But what I was actually gonna do is say that these boats that are out here would be similar to the ones that Paul is talking about. These boats right here would be, now these boats probably are small compared to the one that Paul was on. Paul may be on one of the ones that were more this size. This is a big boat right there. But these are the type of fishing vessels that they're speaking of in the Bible, especially in John when they're talking about Peter fishing. These are the fishing boats. So when we're in Ghana here, we get an opportunity to experience life very similarly to how they would have been living it in the first century, because we are here in an oceanside town, in an area that has been fishing and cultivating this region for, thousands of years now. And they haven't changed their methods of cultivation in those thousands of years. You can see we have, I don't want to get too far away from the moto because we can get stranded out here. But that's what I mean by being stranded. I just want to make sure I have an eye on the moto. But here we are on the boat right here. So you can see, what did it say? How many people were shipwrecked in Acts? I think it said 120 people. So we know that 120 people not fitting in this. This is a smaller boat than the shipwreck. But
Maybe if you like a bigger size and maybe a little bit wider.
yeah, that's true. But we do know these are the type of fishing vessels that Peter and Andrew would have used. Also, who is it? James and John, sons of Zebedee. They would have used these type of vessels. And also, you'll find around here laid out some of the nets that they fashion here. So a lot of the ancient Eastern culture is here. A lot of the customs in fishing, a lot of the customs in street preaching, and the just style of living is still present here in Ghana, West Africa. And I do believe the Hebraic influence and similarities between the two cultures, the Africans that were here and the Hebraic people that were sent here, I think that those cultures met up 600 years ago and established a community that was destroyed by the transatlantic slave trade, and of course, partly because of the Ghanaians too, because the Ghanaians, the ancient ones, were the ones that were the sellers of the Hebrews that were here. Now, I don't think all the Hebrews were sold. I think that many were, but I think that the majority were sold. And the people that, the water's right here. The ocean's right here, son. Where? Okay, well, we won't mess around. I just want to look at the ocean since we're out here. We are actually up on the ocean. The ocean is really close to the castle. This is kind of an inlet as well, but you can hear the waves crashing. Oh yeah, we are right here at the ocean's edge. Beyond here is infinity. Just a large expanse of water. We're right up to the ocean's edge. Let's go down a little further. We are literally at the ocean's edge. They say don't go night swimming, right? Uh-oh, look, the water's coming right on up to us. This is not Elmina Beach, right?
Probably.
Nah, I don't think this is Elmina Beach. I don't think they let you swim over here. That's sea defense right there. But we are right up against it. It'd look a lot nicer if we were in the daytime. But there's the castle, so you guys can see everything. But I know you can't see everything. There's a boat there. So they deleted my video, you guys. Let me know in the comments if you want me to redo that video. It had a lot of stuff in it. I was able to spend a lot of time on it. And I don't know if I remember all of the stuff that I talked about, but I could give it a shot and do another video if people are interested in that. The next video that I'm gonna do, however, will be about the Sabbath and about the recognition of the Sabbath. I've already done, a synopsis of that in another video, but I think I want to dedicate one video to doing that. So here soon, I will go ahead and get that in there, or in here, or get that knocked out, I should say. But you guys can see some of these boats are really big. So this boat is quite a bit bigger than the other one. Yeah, so could it fit 120 people? I keep having this 120 in my mind. Was it 170? Was it 220 people? So this is a huge, Was it 220? This one is huge. I'm thinking that it could fit probably 20 or 30 people. You think? I wouldn't want to be out there upside down in this bad boy though. And so this is another one. I'm thinking that this one's even bigger than that one is bigger than this one. So let's take a look. Maybe during the day I should be doing this, right? So y'all can actually take a real look. Could be dangerous creatures. You keep saying that. This one's pretty big too. It even has pieces of a sail. But this one is big. And
make my head go over there.
yeah. Could this one hold 120 people? Maybe. Maybe, I don't know, 120, maybe 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, you know, people can pack tight into a place, but I wouldn't imagine you would want to pack tight into a ship like that. So I'm not seeing 120 people fitting into this boat like that. But it's a big boat. It would have to be bigger than that. Let's see if we can find one over here that's bigger than this one. This is the biggest one so far. Looks like there's one that may be bigger. This one's not bigger. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see if this one is bigger. This one's not bigger, but we got one beyond it over here that may be. This one's pretty big, but let's go to the granddaddy of them all, this one. This is the Titanic right here. This one may hold a good amount of people. You may be able to fit a few folks on there. Do you see what I mean? This is a nice one. What does it say on the side of it? This is where they park them. I guess when they get ready to go out to sea, they'll just, I don't know, heave-ho this bad boy? I don't know. Okay, did you trip? This is the KDWP. Number 8. And so you guys see how the ships are. The ocean is over here. Maybe when it fills in and they just can push it. But this looks almost like cedar fence over here. But it's coming in pretty strong. It sounds strong. But this is a big boy right here. This is a big boat. I don't know how many people are gonna fit in there, but I think it'd be less than 120. So do you think Paul was on a ship like this? Probably just a bit larger than this ship is the one that shipwrecked, you know, on the island of Cyprus? Malta? Malta.
Feel like it could be the size
Of the Ark? No, the Ark was huge. The Ark was more the size of the castle. Wasn't quite that tall, but the Ark was big. It was big, big, big. The Ark was 3 stories. It had 3 stories like the castle. Ark was a huge vessel. People believe that you have to have just high technology in order to be on the ocean. I guess that would be preferable, but you don't really have to have high technology to be on the ocean. You only really need just some wood to get you going there. Shalom, shalom, family. We are in West Africa. We're out here at Elmina Slave Castle. We are oceanside, taking a look at the boats. We looked at this one, thinking maybe this would be similar to the one that Paul would have been shipwrecked in on the island of Malta about 2,000 years ago. Someone's on there? Where?
Yeah, I just saw him walking around the bridge.
Oh, yeah? So here in West Africa, they do things the old school way. You know, they fashion nets and they fish in the same manner that they do in the Bible. You know, in the book of John, talking about how they're casting nets over the sea and how they're fishermen that are trying to catch fish, and they ended up catching the 153. This would be the style of boat that they would have used. We were up on it a minute ago. Shalom, shalom. I see I got somebody else on here. Shalom, shalom, family. There was 2 people on this, 1 person now. But we are out here at the slave castle where all worlds meet. This is the place where all worlds meet. You have the world of Ham in Africa. You have the world of Japheth in Europe with the slavers themselves. And then you have the world of Shem with the Hebraic people that were sent from here to the Americans by the Europeans and the Hamites. Do you see what I mean? You have all worlds that meet here in West Africa for the creation and continuance of the slave trade and the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Shem, Ham, and Japheth meeting together in a dire situation for Shem.
Who do you
Right?
think is watching?
Just 1 person. We don't know who it is. Say shalom to them. Oh, they jumped off though. So sometimes that happens whenever somebody's watching. If we say that they're watching, we can see them watching, and then I guess they kind of go off from there. But we're gonna go ahead and close it out here. It is half moon, which means we're on what week? We're just beyond the half moon. What week of the month is that? Oh, it's been a while.
Got it.
First week. We're just beyond the first week, entering into the second week.
And it'll probably be maybe.
That means the Feast of Trumpets is in 3 weeks, in 3 phases: the full, and then the half going out, and then the sliver coming back in. Okay, you guys, that's all I got out here, reporting live from the wild side. Shalom, shalom.